Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
Welcome to today's
hearing.
The Grenfell Inquiry dramatised,
Then you said you binned them, is that right?
using the exact words.
Then you said you binned them, is that right?
This play highlights the hearing's findings.
Well, what did you do with them?
You've called the play Value Engineering. What made you choose that title?
Well, the value engineering is a theme that comes out quite a lot. It means cutting corners and getting the cheapest possible deal and building material without any concern of the fire risks.
Ever discussed the provision of sprinklers in the tower?
Picking scenes from an inquiry is something Richard Norton-Taylor has done before. Previous works include The Murder of Stephen Lawrence, a long-term collaboration with director Nicholas Kent.
You've done similar things before, but what particularly attracted you to the Grenfell story that you thought it needs to be brought to the stage?
I think it's really important because it's about social housing, and so many people in this country live in social housing, and I think we have to look at the conditions in which they live, and we have to take more responsibility to look after them better.
These are the diaries and notebooks or daybooks of Peter Madison.
I think this part of the inquiry, phase 2, which we're mainly concentrating on, hasn't been seen that much by the public. And so there's been a lot of corners cut, and as a result, 72 people lost their lives.
I'm now going to turn to an email that you wouldn't have seen at the time.
Well, I've done about 4 of these for Nick Kent, and every time I get one, I think, oh, I'm not sure this is going to work. But once they're on the stage, people gasp. You know, when we did Stephen Lawrence, people stood up and shouted at the actors who were playing the A courts. But this one, funnily enough, I gasped all the way through it when I read it.
Can you explain why you didn't look at the fire performance at this stage?
I thought it was so shocking. So I'm quite hopeful that this one has been edited in a way that really makes all of the most sort of serious criticisms really quite well.
This disaster happened within the pocket of one of the smallest yet richest boroughs in London.
Actor Derek Elroy plays one of the lawyers representing the Grenfell victims.
Grenfell is inextricably linked with race.
With race.
It is the elephant in the room.
It is the elephant in the room. When I read it, I had to leave it aside for a moment because there were some bits that were quite powerful that made me I had to stop, take a moment, and then go back to it. So I think if we can bring that for our audience, it's going to be a powerful piece.
Do you know what these are?
Diaries.
Value Engineering, scenes from the Grenfell Inquiry, opens at the Tabernacle in Notting Hill later this month. Martel, ITV News.